Hi everybody, my name's Kate from GLP and today we are interviewing a local legend, Zita, who opened 2.5 years ago?
1.5.
1.5 years.
Yeah.
It seems like you've been here forever.
I know, I feel, yeah.
West 16th, here we are in Herne Hill and it's a beautiful day. So, Zita, I mean, tell us your background and, what made you do it all?
Sure. I'm South African, but moved to London about 22 years ago to do my master's in law, but very quickly realized I didn't really want to do law. And then after 10 years in finance, moved to New York to retrain as a chef. And I trained at a school that focuses on holistic and nutritional aspects. So I'm a nutritional chef. Came back to London, wrote a cookery book, did lots of teaching, workshops, and ended up teaching at a local school. But all the while in the back of my mind, I knew I wanted to open a cafe at some point, a restaurant at some point.
I literally heard your name years ago being that local school, home economics.
Yeah, it's the cookery teacher, yeah.
I mean, what a dream for them.
But dream for a teacher as well, because it's the most loved subject and the kids absolutely adore it. And you never get a dissatisfied customer, so to speak, because they love it, yeah.
And tell me, you talked about the fit out. I mean, I know how long it took you. So where was the inspiration for all that? I imagine back in New York, perhaps.
Yeah, so we try to come up with so there were a few things that inspired me. I really love the South London Gallery Cafe in Camberwell, and I really love the Garden Museum in Lambeth. But I also love New York, and I really like the very minimalist Scandinavian design. So with the architect, we tried to come up with a concept that was a bit of all of those things. So bringing the outside in with our terrace and the garden, having clean lines, furniture that could be, very well suited in a sort of a Scandi setup, but then having a little bit of the edginess that you would find in New York eateries to as a nod to where I studied and where this whole journey really officially began.
And why Dulwich? So if people obviously are moving into the area, I mean, I've been bigging it up to so many people for the last 20 years. And I think it's such a hidden gem. And
it really is. So I agree. So even we lived in Camberwell for a long time, but we were often in Dulwich in the parks and just walking around and enjoying the really lovely atmosphere. And it struck us that it was very family friendly. And so we moved here when the kids were little, so they could go to local schools. And just cycling around, I would always keep an eye open for where would be a great place to open something like this.
With the snazzy cars.
Yeah, exactly. where we live, it's a bit quieter. So I knew we couldn't. West Dulwich, it's all a little bit quieter, but every time I was here, I thought there's really a lot of footfall and a lot going on, but there isn't anything that's servicing the people who live here. And there's a really high density of families that live here. And we have the lovely cafe next door, Italian deli, but we do something quite different. So hopefully by opening this with the bakery and with the deli, it's now really correct and really supports the neighbourhood in what we were trying to do.
I think everybody I'm talking to, it's just so important with the community aspect.
100%.
I've been here on many occasions with different mums. Everybody knows it. It was a big excitement to open. Everyone was very chuffed, and I think that's it. It's all about bringing people together.
100%.
That's exactly with even the design of the inside, with the tables and sharing.
Everything we thought about how to make it as community friendly as possible. So we extend. It's good luck. If a ladybird lands on you. So we extended into the back. So before we did our extension, it was just this shop front and it was a wine shop. And we decided to do a side return and a rear extension. And the rear extension allowed us to add a studio, which we call it the studio, where we have a lot of teaching, workshops, events, private events. So it gives the local community another aspect of our business to tap into. So we have art lessons, we've had perfume making, chocolate making, we've had cookery lessons, and that space allows us to do it. Even the local police sort of meeting, community police meeting happens there. And then the rest of the space we've designed in a way that the tables can all be moved together, apart, different sizes, so that it can really lend itself to whatever people need it to be.
And so how do people find out about all that? Is that Instagram and your website?
I try and be active on Instagram. It's tricky though when you also run the business. But I think so far word of mouth, we've had a lot of people come in saying my friend recommended I come in. And hopefully over the years that will continue, as long as we continue to deliver a great service and a great meal and experience. Yeah.
And what's your, I mean, obviously I haven't tried everything, but your salads, I mean,
Lunchtime salads, yeah.
what's
They're
the most
super
popular? What's your like biggest seller?
So funny story. When we started, my team said to me, the salads aren't going to work. People don't really eat salads.
Oh,
But I think my speciality is salads, making salads. So I thought I'm just going to stick with it for a while and see how it goes. And now people actually come from further afield for the salads, because there isn't really anywhere else in the area you can go for something like this. They are freshly prepared every day, with a big focus on sort of a nutritionally balanced plate. So you can have protein, carbs, lots of greens and veg. But we also have a really great brunch menu. And I think our top seller is what we call jammy eggs on toast, which is smashed avocado, soft boiled egg, chili and toasted seeds and chive oil. So that is popular too, yeah.
I think my friends would kill me if I didn't ask you a bit of a, like the folded eggs.
How to make them.
I mean, that must be like your biggest question, surely.
It's so lovely. Yeah,
it's all about the pan.
We do. Yeah, you need a very good non-stick pan that you do nothing else in, and you need a lot of egg mix. So our folded eggs are probably 3 eggs per portion.
Give away your secret.
Well, it still takes a bit of mastering, and then it's kind of a combination between a scrambled egg and an omelette.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's really lovely. Yeah.
And the Snickers.
Yeah, snickerdoodles. Yeah, they're very good. So they're like homemade Snicker bars. We have dates with stuff with crunchy peanut butter, dark chocolate sea salt. It's very popular too. Yeah.
And actually, kind of, you're healthy eating.
Yes, and it's small. It feels like the perfect treat with a cup of tea or coffee. It's healthy because you're getting the minerals from the dates, and you've got dark chocolate, which is very low in sugar. So it's really, it's a really lovely little treat. Yeah.
You've done a beautiful job.
Thank you very much.
So tell me, like, if you were going out, just to pay it forward, like where would you, for a treat or somewhere in the area, you'd recommend if buyers moving in don't know where to go? Where would your kind of top 3 might be?
Oh, so I really love the area around Herne Hill station, and I think my top 1 would be having a drink at Wild and Lease, the wine bar under the bridge. If you're there, we serve Jefferson's ice cream, which is made in Brixton, just down the road. But they also have a really good ice cream shop at the station called -12 degrees.
Oh yes.
And then dinner at Llewellyn's is really lovely.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Sounds ideal.
Yeah.
I mean,
perfect night.
It really is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I mean, that's just absolutely wonderful. It's so nice to actually meet you
Yeah,
properly.
perfect.
And with your recipe book, you can buy that here as well.
Yes, I think it's currently sold out, but needs to be restocked.
So you've got a waiting list.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kate.
I hope that's really given you an insight into West 16th, and come visit.